Okay, this is the second part. I accidentally turned off the video camera. Anyway, to sum up, we're having some issues with the company I'm working for, and they're not treating us fairly. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to get the government involved. And I don't want to get into that. But anyway, this is my layout. And hey, I got something to tell you. And so, 1 inch and 2 inch foam is very expensive right now. And I went up to the store, and a 1 inch 4x8 sheet of foam was like 26 something, 26 and change. Well, instead of getting that, I got two sheets of 4x8, 1 inch, or yeah, half-inch foam board, and it was $10 and some odd change. So it was about $6 cheaper to get the two half-inch sheets than to get the 1 inch sheet. And I used it as my risers on the back side here. I love Wooden Scenic's riser system, especially the transition, the rise portion of them to get a nice rise, nice even rise. But when it comes to straight pieces or even curved pieces, to save a lot of money, just go to a hardware store and get some sheet foam and cut some risers. You can make them as narrow as you want them or as wide as you want them. And then, just like when you lay out your curves, you can make your curves, just like I did here. A lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. It takes a little bit more effort to do this instead of using the Wooden Scenics. But, that's just another challenge to overcome and add to the hobby, I guess. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this. I carved out the pit areas. Now I got to put the pits in. Right now I'm just gonna have it sitting there. My priority right now is get all the track laid down, wired up, and running. And we all know how expensive that is and how time consuming and aggravating. For example, I just realized that this track on the left has a big gap right there. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta take that one back out and replace it with another one and make it fit right. And this stuff is expensive. It's now $5.50 a stick. So I really hate to make mistakes, but hey, it's part of the hobby, unfortunately. But that's how we learn, right? By our mistakes and by others' mistakes. And like I said, it's not the easiest thing to work with. This here has been kind of a pain. I gotta get this kink out and kind of work with it. It's man, I tell you. I try not to curse when I'm out here because I want this to be fun and not get too aggravated with it. But sometimes they kind of slip out once in a while. I'm sure it does with all modelers. Hey, anyway, these are some of the tools I have. Again, tools are something that are expensive. I like to buy quality tools. I don't like to buy cheap stuff. But again, you can collect them over the years. And I built these shelves in the garage to store my hobby stuff. It's somewhat organized, but not really yet. But eventually I'll get a lot more organized than the way it is now. But it's pretty cool. And then, well, yeah, that's my party shelf over there. Sorry about that. So anyway, that's this side of it. But you go on the other side, This is where my workbench is for the garage. I have a workbench, a work table in my office that I'll show in the video. But this is my garage, and on the back side of those shelves, I did this. Everything's nice and organized. I can find everything that I need. I just gotta get. I'm not too bad, but you gotta remember to put everything back after you get done using them. Because if you don't, this kind of defeats the purpose of organizing this stuff. But yeah, it's very helpful to have all your tools out in the open, on a pegboard, organized, instead of going to a toolbox and rooting around and cursing because you can't find something. But I mean, apparently, of course, that most of these tools I'm showing you now have nothing to do with model railroading. However, I just want to show you kind of what I did. I love to be organized, and here you go.